Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the your comments for Everton 4 Hull 0. This is where you send your comments in, Joe selects them and we read them out. Let's get on with it then. First comment from Ruben Marshall. Lukaku and Barkley were bossed today. I'm pissed off that Schneiderlin won't be available for the Merseyside derby. Lukaku and Barkley were boss. I think they've had better games, but Rom showed how ruthless he is when you give him the chances. Them 2 goals late on, stayed, 91st minute and 93rd minute. You give him those chances, it's a goal, isn't it? That's the way it feels at the moment. Ross Barkley, thought Ross worked hard, he was in and out, but that pass for the first goal was absolutely sublime. And then when we needed him the last 20 minutes, he stepped it up again. Schneiderlin out the derby, I think that's going to piss us all off because he's just so classy, isn't he? But we're just gonna have to get on with it because it looks like he's gonna be out for 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even longer. Next is from Jay Kenyon. As much as I'd love him to stay, do you think maybe them kisses to the Gladys Street was a thank you and goodbye? Jay, no, because we've still got another 4 home games to go. So no, I don't think it. I think it was probably just a thank you for not booing me, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to ask Ron, but if it was the last game of the season, then maybe you could look at it and say that. But no, I think it was probably just, a thank you for still sticking with me. And listen, it mightn't be a goodbye. It's up to Everton now to spend the next couple of months convincing Romelu Lukaku that his future lies here. And you do that by the ground announcement, which looks imminent, and you do it by other players, attracting new players, better quality, and saying to him, look, we're having a real go at this next season and we're bringing him in. We want to give you a big fat contract, and maybe it'll take Everton saying to him, look, if we don't get in the top 4 next season, we'll have it in your contract that if a Champions League club comes in, off you go. I don't know, maybe it'll take that, but no, I don't think it was a goodbye at the moment, Jay. Jack Fairhurst, quite confident we'll keep Rom. Been through this before with him, remember, just before the Euros. Shows how good of a player he is when he's quite often doesn't play so well, yet still scores 1 or 2. Love him. I mean, that's the key thing, isn't it, Jack, is that he didn't have his best game for us on Saturday. And at times he just wasn't in the game. But then when you give him those chances late on, he's like, ice cold veins, bang, bang, and there's your goals. And that's why he will cost a lot of money. And that's why Everton don't want to lose him. It's not the same as losing a midfield player. Goals win your games, and he's someone who scores goals. I mean, you only have to look at the rest of our squad, although we spread the goals around, and I think we're the best team for doing that. The closest to him is probably Morales, is it, with 5, or Seamus Coleman, someone like that. So we need, other players to chip in because his goals, he's got 21 league goals. Incredible. Moving on, Ollie EFC. I honestly thought there might have been a few boos for Lukaku from a minority today. So glad to be proven wrong. Great to see the fans understanding the bigger picture and not playing into the hands of the media circus and getting on his back. That support could make all the difference come the end of the season. There does honestly seem to be a bit of an agenda against us now that little plucky old Everton are really starting to knock on the door. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there was no real need to boo Romelu Lukaku. He's had his say. Ideally, me personally, I'm not happy with the timing of it, but a lot of what he said you can't really take issue with, other than the players thing. I mean, that's down to the manager and Steve Walsh to sort, but he's entitled to his opinion. I think the fans are brilliant, and you're right, they didn't give the media circus that it's become now with Romelu Lukaku. It's almost an everyday agenda. Sell, sell, sell every day. And to be honest with you, even if he'd signed that new contract last week, I still think it would. I don't think it would have stopped. I think it'd have still been. He might go in the summer. He might go. So, it's one of those things. And yes, there seems to be a lot of journalists out there that aren't happy Everton are making noises and might upset their lovable top 6. Moving on, James Dunlop, a good win at home again. Thought after Schneiderlin came off we were sloppy in our passing moves, but when Valencia came on, that gave us a bit of a boost. Happy for Calvert-Lewin scoring, and bring on the scum. I'm assuming he means Liverpool. Come on, you Blues. James, yeah, it was another good win, our 6th straight home win. 22 goals scored, just 3 conceded. That shows you how well Everton are playing at Goodison Park this season. Schneiderlin going off did affect the way we play, because he's been the orchestrator for us for the last, since he come into the side. He's dictated the tempo of the game, so it did. Gareth Barry, as well as he done when he came on, isn't Schneiderlin. And yeah, Valencia did give us that little bit extra. He got close to Rom. Rom's game picked up all of a sudden, and the goals came. And yeah, absolutely delighted for Calvert-Lewin to get off the mark. And yeah, the next game is Liverpool, and yeah, bring them on, as much as I don't like derbies. Pastor of Muppets. Didn't think I'd say this, but yeah, offer Rom, then at least if he, oh, 200k, sorry, offer Rom 200k, then at least if he did leave, it'd be for the reasons he gave and not just the money. But whatever you do, Rom, make yourself a legend and get the winner at the Norwegian embassy. Sorry about that, Pastor of Muppets. I was reading it as Rom Tucker, and I was thinking, what's Joe done there? 200k. Yeah, I'm not so sure it's the money. I think Everton would offer him 140 grand a week. That's not to be sniffed at yet. Yeah, of course he could get 300 grand a week at United or whatever, but I think it is about what I think he wants to win trophies. But yeah, he can write himself into the record books, or into our hearts, by going to Anfield and getting the winner for sure. I want to get 3, I'll be honest. Brad Davies, best I've seen Jags play in ages today. Looked much more confident and pressed their attack so much that they had no shots on target. Baines played decent, but Jags carried our defence today. Jagielka was our best defender at the weekend. I thought he had a really good game. He's done well against West Brom. You know, being in the last 2 games, 2 clean sheets, you can't ask for more than that from a centre-back, so he was excellent. And Baines, yeah, Baines was decent as well. Tom Halliday, for me, Enner Valencia is a Stephen Naismith type of player. Works his socks off every game, but perhaps lacks that bit of quality. I'd keep him, but only if he is cheap in the summer. He's turning into our super sub, isn't he? He comes on, affects the game, gets on the end of things as well. Would we keep him in the summer? I don't know, it depends what level. We're looking at going up another level, aren't we? But I wouldn't be too unhappy if Valencia stayed as a squad player, but I do expect, even if Rom stays, I'm expecting at least 2 strikers to come in the summer of real quality. Everton FC videos, sound win. That Calvert-Lewin was outstanding, Barkley was terrific. Great to see so much competition for places. To play average and still net 4 is great to see. Everton are magic. Yeah, was a great win. Calvert-Lewin was excellent. Barkley, well, it wasn't as good as recent weeks, but he was still good. He's still just such a classy player, Ross. The competition for places is fantastic, and hopefully that'll just get better and better. And yeah, to not play as well as we have been doing, but to win 4-0, it's a great sign, isn't it? ERW, Ped says we might want to look at Maguire. Baz says stay away and calls him Richard Dunn. I side with Baz, but find it funny both of you saw him in a completely different light. Great win, come on you Blues. I honestly, I don't get what it is. He's a big unit, and that's it. Is that what we're looking for if we're trying to break into the elite? I don't know. I think, honestly, I think we should be looking better than that, personally. Ped likes him. Who knows? Doesn't matter what we think. It's about Ronald Koeman. If he buys him, I'll back the lad, of course I will. And if he buys him, Ped will be made up. Patrick Mac 1 EFC. Another good result today. Thought Bainesy and Ross were boss. Let's go and give it to the Reds. Shites. Now, come on you Blues. It was another good result. Yeah, Bainesy and Ross were boss. And let's go and win at Anfield. And that's it. They're your comments. If you want to have your say, get in touch with us after the next game. It'll be the derby, so those comments should be lively. Joe will put them down and it'll appear here and we will read them out. It's really that simple. Check out the rest of our Hull City content and we'll see you soon on Toffee TV.